ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. I welcome you all with my love. Love, the door to divine. Today's subject. You are nothing but your emotions, your feelings, and your thoughts. How much you try to escape, how much you try to avoid, how much you try to cover yourself, but you are nothing but your mind. We always try to hide ourselves, to escape from ourselves into the outer world, into the comforts, into the entertainments. Whenever you try to escape from yourself, whenever you try to hide yourself into the outer comforts, into the outer world joys, into the outer world experiences, whenever you try to entertain yourself by the world, by the outer comforts, how much you try, how much you escape, all your entertainment comes to an end. All your entertainment reminds you you are not as you are. That is why almost all entertainments makes you tired. In the weekend, you think you will entertain yourself totally. You go here, there, do all sorts of things which you think as a entertainment or enjoyment. Go to club, go to pub, go to bar, wherever you want. And Monday morning you will be totally tired. You will have the feeling, why the sun has raised? Can't it be little bit delayed? Can't it be little bit delayed? Whatever you think as an entertainment, whatever you think as a joy, how much you try to tell your mind, how much you try to teach your mind, this is joy, that is joy, why don't you have this, why don't you have that? But again and again and again, your being, your mind comes back to a position and shows you very clearly in the experience. Of course, mind can't tell you, but it shows you in your experience. Wherever you may go, wherever you may wander, wherever you may do, unless your being is joyful, unless yourself is joyful, you cannot have the joy, you cannot have the bliss. That is what is showed to you, how much you try to entertain yourself through so many other sources. You will see, finally, you end up in utter failure. Utter failure. Of course, intelligent few understand in few trials. Stubborn people take their own time to understand. But either today or tomorrow, you have to understand, unless yourself is happy, unless your being is happy, nothing else can make you happy. First, whether you accept or not, whether you understand or not, you are nothing but your emotions. You are nothing but your thoughts. You are nothing but your feelings. You relate with the world. You relate with the universe only through your emotions, only through your thoughts, only through your feelings. If you don't know how to handle them, if you don't know how to use them, whatever you may use, whatever you may have from the world will not give you what you want. Unless you have the painless body without any pain, whatever may be the height of your bed, you cannot have rest. Because only through your body you can enjoy the bed, you can enjoy the comfort of the bed. If your body is not in a proper position, if your body is not without any pain, then how can you enjoy whatever may be the size? I see in all the hoardings, they say queen bed. Whether it is a queen bed or king bed, unless you have painless body, what can you enjoy? No. The same way, world, you may have bigger car, bigger house, bigger relationships, bigger families, but unless you have your feelings, your mind, your thoughts within you, within yourself, within your control, what you can have? You may have everything, but you will not have yourself. You relate with the world only through your emotions, through your feelings, through your thoughts. If your hand is dirty, any food may be brought to you, brought and kept in front of you, can you enjoy them? No. Same way, we work so much for creating the outer world comforts. You work so much for your food, but you forget to wash your hands. Can you enjoy? No. You work so much for the outer comforts, you forget through which you are going to enjoy the world, to cleanse that portion, to which you are relating with the world, to use it to clean that portion. The hand with which we are going to relate with the world, that is what I call it as emotions, feelings and thoughts. Emotions, feelings and thoughts are the hands with which we are touching the world. We are relating with the world. If those things are not totally under your control, if you have not understood totally all these things, you can be sure whatever you may have, you will miss yourself. You relate with the world, you relate to the world only through your greed, through your fear, through your worries, through your attention, through your creativity, through your ego or conditioning, through your mind or the being. These are the few aspects with which you relate with the world. We'll try to explore every aspect. First, the greed. The very word creates the idea of condemnation in you. The very word, greed, means you immediately feel that it should be suppressed. It should be suppressed. Never. Nothing should be suppressed. None of your emotions, none of your thoughts, none of your feelings should be suppressed. If you try to suppress your hand, is it going to help you? Never. It's never going to help you. Suppressing your hand is only going to make you paralyzed, crippled. Same way, suppressing your emotions, suppressing your feelings is going to only mentally retard you. You are going to become only mentally crippled, mentally disturbed. The way in which you relate to the world should never be suppressed. Those emotions or those feelings should never be suppressed. They should be properly used. They should be properly used. The way in which you relate to the world, the same way only you relate to the God also. Relating to the world and relating to God is one and the same. If you do not know how to relate with the world, you can never relate to the God. If you try to relate with the God without relating with the world, you will be relating with only photographs and the statues, never the being or never the presence of the God will be felt by you. If you can't relate with the living persons around you, how can you expect you can relate with the God whom you have never seen? You have never seen Him. How can you relate with the God? How can you relate with the being whom you have never seen? No. You relate with the world or with the God only through these emotions, through these thoughts, through these conditionings. How we relate with the divine, how we use these emotions as a door to divine. I'll explain how these emotions can lead you from one step to the other step, the one step to the other step, how finally the love, highest emotion. When your intellect reaches its peak, it becomes intelligence. When your emotion reaches its peak, it becomes love. When your being reaches its peak, it becomes enlightened. How the emotion in its highest form, the love, can become a door to divine, can make you reach the divine. I'll try to explain every emotion and finally the peak of the emotion, love, how it can become door to the divine, can be understood by you. Greed, first energy center in our body, Mooladhara, root chakra, is related to greed. Greed is the basic instinct. Desire is the basic instinct with which we relate not only with the world, with the God. Almost all our relationship with the divine starts only with the greed and desire. Greed and the desire, through greed and desire is the thing through which we start relating to the divine at all. It may be directly or indirectly, but greed and the desire is the first thing which makes us religious, which makes us to knock the door of the divine. You need to understand one thing. To start because of the greed is nothing wrong, but to stop in the greed level itself is something basically wrong. Vivekananda says beautifully, it is good to be born in the church but not to die there. It is good to start with the greed but not to end there. You should never stop in the level of greed itself. Greed and the desire through which we relate with the divine. Of course, 90% of the people till the end they relate with the divine only through greed and the desire. That is why almost all our religious places there is a practice, praying or offering, almost a subtle business. We always say, do this, oh God, let me do that for you. Not only in Eastern religions, even in the Western religions, this type of that bargain is there. Whenever you relate with the divine through greed, you go for offering, you go for the prayers, you go for taking vows. Almost all the relationship with the divine is due to greed, through greed. It can be a good starting step, but not to end. Next, fear. Again, whenever fear arises, we try to take the shelter in the divine. Fear is also one more emotion which pushes you near the divine. Through greed, if you go towards the divine, when your greed is satisfied, you know how beautifully you come out of it. I can tell you a small story, which I usually use this story. 3 men are starting new business. They were having a thought whether it will go successfully or not. So they decided, they'll pray to God, whatever profit comes, one portion we will give it to God. Finally the business is started. After a year, they saw more than 1 crore. Only God's share comes. So much of benefit is made, so much of profit is done. God's share alone is 1 crore. If it is 5,000, 10,000, we don't mind putting it in the hundi. Poor God, let him have. When it is little too much, we start thinking second time. They went to a astrologer to ask for a second opinion. Can we do something? Can we adjust somewhere? The astrologer thought, if I could give some good suggestion, I may get some portion. He gave a suggestion. See, after all, you are all sons of the God, nothing wrong. Do one thing, you make a small pit on the ground, convert all the money into gold, throw everything up. Whatever falls inside the pit, put it in the undi. Whatever falls outside, take that as a God's prasad. Gift from Lord. They went back to the house. Before doing the experiment, before doing the thing, one man got another idea. You see, we will make little big pit. Whatever falls inside, we will take. Whatever falls outside, we will give it to God. Third idea is the important thing. Third man said, see, after all, God is above. We will throw everything. Whatever God wants, let him take. Whatever falls on the ground, we will have it for ourselves. See, before the business, we run to the divine. If you try to relate, whenever you try to relate with the divine, through greed, as soon as it is satisfied, your greed is answered, you give way. You give way for it. The same way, trying to relate with the divine through fear. Almost all the atheists, anybody who name as atheist, see their last phase in their life, you will see they will turn to theism. Till the end they will be shouting, no God, no God, no God. And after the age of 70, when the strength in the nerves have disappeared, when the hormones have become silent, when the hardness in the blood, when it has come down, the sound of the no will slowly start disappearing. Only the God will be there. The no God idea, in that idea of no God, the no will disappear.